Made from the mucous membrane of a pregnant. It's not important. What is important, if I may recap, is that you were lured to a meeting with a gangland figure. At this meeting, the gangland figure was murdered, an event of which you have no memory. A uniformed officer arrived, you resisted arrest, and you then fled the scene of the homicide. Do you agree these are the facts of the scenario?
Did I just say that, or do I have a head injury?
Well, Ray, I'm afraid that I have no option. By the powers that are vested in me, and the government of Canada, I am placing you under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you without charge. Do you understand these rights?
Don't let his exterior fool you. Cahill is a real pit bull. All the guys were out playing baseball. He was breaking kneecaps on the picket line. He's tough, he's a son of a bitch, and he's running for state's attorney. If he wins, gentlemen, we do not want to be on his bad side because he will break our chops for eternity. We'll just go in, hear him out, and then we'll just do our job. Got it?
Harding! Hey! How's your belly with the big bitch up?
Sore, Damon, sore.
Huey, good to see you.
Thanks.
Hey, didn't you have a beard or something?
No, sir.
You look different.
You're thinking of Lewis, sir. My previous partner.
Oh, yeah. What, he retired?
No, sir. He
was blown up in a car, sir. The name's Dewey. Nice to meet you.
Ah.
You know you look bigger in your posters?
No, it's not the size of the Army kid, it's the fury of its onslaught. We done? Huh? Done with the laughs? Let's move on. The Volpe shooting, what's the status?
We're investigating,
Was
sir.
he registered as a confidential informant?
No.
What was the purpose of the meeting between Volpe and Vecchio?
I wasn't privy to that content.
Were you even aware that Volpe was going to take a meet with Vecchio? So this meet was unauthorized. Tell me, is that the way you normally conduct the affairs in this station?
What kind of question is that, Damon?
It's not a question, Lieutenant Welsh. It's a statement. And speaking as candidate for office of state's attorney, I will not have members of the Chicago PD cozying up to organized crime. Speaking as an officer of the courts, I will not have members of the Chicago PD blowing them away in back alleys. Pick Vecchio up.
You escort Mr. Cahill out, Dewey.
Oh, Dewey, tell Huey I'm sorry about Louie.
Mr. Cahill.
Ah, Miss Byron.
Mr. Cahill, as a candidate for state's attorney, what's your response to today's shooting?
Well, Miss Byron, as you know, I've spent the past year heading up the mayor's task force in the fight against organized crime. And the battle has only reinforced in me the deep conviction that no one is above the law. Not you, not me, nobody. Especially not the police.
Guy's campaign is dying. Needs an issue, so I'm the issue.
Well, only temporarily. As soon as we can arrange for a blowback test to prove that you haven't fired a gun recently.
Won't work. Small arms certification. I was on the range this morning. I'm covered in blowback.
Huh. Well, perhaps I'll take this opportunity to urinate.
I wouldn't go in there, sir.
Well, I have to.
I wouldn't go in there.
Turnbull, I have lived among the muskox. There's very little that I have.
It won't flush, sir.
Huh. Is it the standard military modified field unit?
Correct. A 17-centimeter stem on a 9-liter displacement.
17 centimeter stem on a 9-liter displacement, not available locally.
We could have one flown in from Prince Rupert, sir.
That's a ticket. Good thinking, Constable.
Thank you.
Hey, are you guys sort of like the British? I mean, what's up with the toilet? The reason I ask is once we had this guy over from Scotland Yard, and every day he would drive back to the hotel just to use the can.
I see nothing wrong with that, do you, sir?
No.
Okay, Fraser, don't give me a hard time. I have a warrant for his arrest.
I'm afraid that Ray is already under arrest.
By who?
By whom?
By whom?
By me.
Fraser, you're a Mountie. You can't arrest anybody unless you're in Canada.
I am in Canada.
No. See, this is Chicago.
Well, you would think so, wouldn't you? But you'd be wrong.
Are we in the Twilight Zone?
You see, under the terms of the Vienna Convention, 1964, this consulate and the grounds upon which it sits is Canadian territory. Turnbull? So technically, you see, Ray is in Canada. Now, if you wish to arrest him, I'm afraid you will have to extradite him. These are the necessary forms to be completed in triplicate and filed with the American Embassy in Ottawa.
We are in the Twilight Zone.
Fraser, you can't do this.
Actually, he can. Regina versus Montbarquette, 1967. A confidence trickster was extradited to Alberta to face charges that he bilked pensioners in a phony mattress scheme. Also, in 1984, Regina versus Horowitz, a man with a very large...
Thank you, Turnbull.
Sir.
Gentlemen.
Can we use your bathroom?
Oh, certainly. No. Impossible.
Hey, they really gotta extradite me?
That's right.
Wow, go figure. Where are you going?
The scene of the crime.
A good plan. You do that, I'll get my files.
Well, I'm sure the police have already picked up your files, Ray.
Yeah, they got in my files, but they wouldn't have gotten my files. I keep my secret stuff in a hollowed-out book. Let's get into it.
Oh, no. You don't seem to understand, Ray. You can't leave the consulate.
Why?
Detectives Huey and Dewey are undoubtedly stationed outside, waiting to arrest you the moment you step from this building. As long as you remain here, you're safe. Diefenbaker, let's go.
See, Mr. Vecchio?
Safe?
Welcome to Canada, Ray.
Since you're a newcomer to our nation, I figured an orientation might be of some help, as well as some good fun. Are you familiar with a sport known as curling?
No.
Stay here.